Well, hello, and thank you for joining me at Tesla Northwest and EVs. I just got not the latest, but the second to latest edition of Tesla FSD 10.69.2.4. So we're going to go out and take that for a quick test because I think the next latest FSD update, 10.69.3, is coming in the next couple days. So I want to get a quick video with this update so we have something to compare to when the next one comes in. So if you'll join me on this drive, it's going to be 7.7 miles in about 14 minutes. And let's take a quick look at the release notes before we head out. All right, and as we can see, there we go, 10.69.2.4. And there's our latest update notes. And we'll scroll through here so you can pause the screen if you want to get and read each one of these. Oh, look, UFOs. All right, folks, and here we go, heading out on our latest FSD update that I've gotten, FSD 10.69.2.4, and we're going to take a 7.7 mile, 14-minute trip to the Country Corner, which is a local gas station store out here in Anacortes, Washington. So I'm going to get us on the road, and then I'm going to let FSD take over, and we'll see how well it does. FSD is engaged. And we are going to let it take us on a route that includes back roads that are twisty. There's different elevation changes, foliage, shadows, etc. And then we'll transition to a high-speed state route. We'll have to go through some roundabouts, make some left-hand turns, maybe even deal with some automatic windshield wipers. Appreciate you joining me on this trip. I'm trying a little bit of a different camera angle. I think I like this camera angle quite a bit better. If you agree, please let me know. All right, we'll give you a nice full screen. Autopilot's waiting its turn. And here we go to execute our first left-hand turn. All right, that was well done. This is my standard route for testing all of the updates that I get. So for those of you that are subscribers, number one, thank you. And number two, this will be a familiar drive. I like this drive because it's got a lot of little challenges in it. And kind of my philosophy with testing FSD is there are lots and lots of different testers. Oh, wow. Very, very nicely done. There's lots of different testers out there, and I think it's good for people to see how the software behaves in all types of different geographies and weather. And so we're in Washington State here on the San Juan Islands. And so anybody that lives up in this area, well, hopefully you'll take a chance to watch the videos and see how well Tesla full self-driving is adapting and learning. We're coming through here wonderfully well. Very smooth, natural. Oh yeah. You can already tell there are improvements even in this short update. So here's an interesting little situation we're going to encounter. We've got a street sweeper in front of us and a car behind them. So let's see what Amos does in this situation. Okay. Street sweeper's pulling over for us to give us a berth, and well, Amos said, I'll just go right by you. Yeah, hopefully this little wider camera angle, a little bit better view of the controls, give you a better sense of what the car is doing, and let you know that I'm not intervening when it does something really cool, or let you see I intervene when it makes a mistake. So far so good through here. You can see we've got some curves with elevation changes and then shadows, and so far Tesla vision has not failed us on this drive. Poor camera's going to get its sun in its eyes. Sorry about that. Yeah, really nicely done so far. We're going to go ahead and kick up our speed just a little bit. We're approaching a right-hand turn up here with cross traffic, obviously. And speeds are generally mid to high 40s, low 50s. Amos has typically been late on the blinker for this corner and also tends to slow down relatively early. So let's see how natural it handles this corner. Good. Plenty early enough on the blinker now. Slowing down a bit too early. If there was somebody impatient behind us, they may not like this. But now we can see the block where it intends to go, and its ego is saying it's safe, and it is. So we are making our corner. A little bit slow. Oh yeah, very, very slow on the uptake. So that is something that should be addressed, and hopefully will be in 10.69.3. That was almost, I don't want to say dangerous, but very senior citizen-like. No offense to senior citizens, I love them. Our older generation is a wasted resource to our youth. A lot of people don't understand how much people know, and just because they're not necessarily computer or social media savvy doesn't mean they don't got a lot of wisdom to share. So next we're going to be approaching a strange, I call it a dog leg. It's a Y in the road where we're going to need to go left. There's oncoming traffic and a corner, as well as you can see here we've got an elevation change and the sun is in our eyes. So hopefully Amos will manage this. Sometimes it's a bit of a cluster F or a gamble on what happens. So we're coming up nicely, and the car is braking and blinkering and way late. Oh yeah, okay. So that was what I'm talking about as a cluster F. Hopefully there'll be some improvement there. We're going to click the little autopilot snapshot. So even though that was a successful completion, it was not a very clean move, and that would have upset people behind us or coming at us. All right, so we are checking for visibility. Again, we can see our ego here, and we have traffic coming from behind us, so it's a bit of a weird intersection, but successfully completed and safely. All right, and yeah, slow on the acceleration with this update, which I don't want it to jerk me back in my seat, but I also want it to, get up and get going. We need to get up to speed. All right, so far, 0 interventions. I probably could have intervened at the Y up there in the road, but I wanted to see how Amos would handle it. And while it wasn't pretty, it did complete the maneuver. So we're about halfway to our destination so far. Hopefully you're enjoying this drive, and hopefully my narration hasn't set you to turn off the video. Oh, okay, a little bit of a break there for the truck approaching. Wasn't necessary, but I can see where the car might have gotten a little nervous. A couple items for those of you that don't know. When you're in full self-driving or autopilot, if you want to disable your auto high beams, you just push the left-hand turn signal stalk forward once, and that disables the high beams. If you will push it forward again on your left-hand turn signal stalk, it turns them back on. Okay, that was a nice move, very courteous. We didn't come to a complete stop, and for those of you that are familiar with the old autopilot software on city streets, it would brake hard for people turning in front of you. It was almost uncomfortable. One other item, unfortunately, you can't turn the windshield wipers off. They're always in auto when you're in autopilot, but if you push the button on the left-hand turn signal stalk, you'll get your wiper icon to pull up at the bottom of the screen, and you can set it to the lowest level. That's the best you can do to turn them off if they're bothering you. But I typically will leave them in automatic, and the auto wipers have been working pretty well. All right, we're going to up our speed a little bit. Here again, we can see some undulating hills with shadows, and not a problem for the Tesla vision. But we are going to have a unprotected left-hand turn with high-speed traffic in both directions coming up onto State Route 20. So we are going to be transitioning from a 35, 40 mile an hour rural route to a high-speed state route, and this will include a roundabout, and then that will end our first trip with FSDbeta and testing it out. Oh, very nice. Yeah, very, very nice and natural. Okay, good. We're slowing down as we come into the curve here. We are approaching our left-hand turn, and with luck, it won't be too pucker-worthy. All right, we got a truck in front of us making a left, and they didn't have an issue. All right, lots of cross traffic in both directions. I am going to be really, really, really careful here because this makes me nervous. So lots of cross traffic. More cross traffic from our left than our right. And then we've got a car in the turn lane waiting to make their left-hand turn. I have to tell you, this makes my heart beat a little bit because it's kind of nerve-wracking making this left. Okay, we're clear on the left when we've got a van pulling into the right-hand lane, so the car, or into the turn lane, so the car appropriately stopped. But now it's inching out, and it is waiting. We can see where it wants to creep to, and it's completing its turn. Oh, wow. Okay, phew. That wasn't nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. So thank God that went okay. All right. Good job, Amos. Thanks for keeping me safe. Okay, so really its last challenge on this latest update is going to be to go through a roundabout up here, and then we will have not Safeway, but the Country Corner on our left. So overall, this has been a intervention-free trip, relatively natural. Again, Amos is improving with every update, but there were some minor issues, especially where the Y in the road was concerned. I think I will be filming one more video on this update, at least before FSD 10.69.2.4 comes in. So be on the lookout for that video. I'm going to do inside the city of Anacortes. So we will have Amos take us home. Amos take us home from the Anacortes Marina, and that should be an interesting drive with in-city FSD testing. Okay, we're approaching our roundabout. Car's obviously maintaining a good follow distance, nice speed. And roundabouts have been notoriously difficult for FSD, and we're going to see if that remains the case. So pretty natural. Got somebody right on my butt. Car's accelerating, waiting, looking, and yep, very nicely done. I would say the signals are the only thing that's a little weird, but now we have successfully navigated that roundabout, and we are darn near at our destination. It is a half a mile up here on the left. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that I get some more subscribers and you grow with me and grow with this channel. We will be doing plenty of testing. I've got a reservation for a Cybertruck, so I'm not going anywhere, and I hope to just keep getting better and better at this. So thanks again, and have a wonderful day. Be on the lookout for another video with 10.69.2.4, probably tomorrow.